Hey everyone, this is Colton Locke, aka Funtivity Colton, here with Singletracks.com. Today we are checking out the hottest drone on the market right now, the DJI Mavic Pro. Let's go check it out. The Mavic Pro is a small yet super powerful drone that tiptoes on the line right between a hobbyist drone and a professional drone. This little beast can fly up to 40 miles an hour with a max ascent speed of 16.4 feet per second. It can travel a full 4.3 miles away from the user and has a battery life of right about 27 minutes, which is extremely good, especially for a drone this size. It uses both GPS and GLONAS to keep track of where it is up in the sky. The camera on the Mavic Pro is sporting a 12 megapixel lens with an ISO range of 100 to 3200 for pictures or 100 to 1600 for video. It has a handful of different photography settings, including single shot, burst, and interval photos, as well as a range of different video settings, including, most importantly, 4K. And best of all, the camera is mounted on a little 3-axis gimbal, which makes for some buttery smooth shots. The Mavic Pro can be operated with a standard iOS or Android smartphone, via Wi-Fi, which I have found works quite well. You can use all of the different functions right from your cell phone, or via the DJI wireless controller, which I have found is far superior. It's much easier to use, it's way smoother, there's a whole bunch of buttons on this thing to control all your different settings, and just makes for an all-around better fly. In addition, you can really get a lot more range using the controller than you can over Wi-Fi with a cell phone. The Mavic Pro has a handful of really handy features, especially for mountain biking. My personal favorite would be the follow me or active track mode, which means using the controller you can set it up to sense where you are, you put it up in the sky, and as you ride down the trail, it'll track where you are and follow you right down the trail. Now that works excellent in places like this where it's really open and there's no obstacles, but in the woods it doesn't really quite work that well. There's 2 obstacle avoidance sensors on the front of the drone to prevent it to running into things, and they work really well. If you were to fly it in towards a house or a tree or something, it would sense that that's there and it won't hit it. Sometimes when I'm bringing it in for a landing, I might want it to land right here, and as it comes in, it'll sense that I'm standing here and it will stop. Even if I hold the joystick forward, trying to get it to come in here, it won't budge. Another thing that I really love about the Mavic Pro is how extremely stable it is. I can put it up in the sky, put the controller down, and ride down the trail, and this thing is not gonna budge. So the Mavic Pro shoots great 4K footage. It's got a 27-minute battery life, which is really good, especially considering the size of this thing. It's got a handful of really great features, but there's one thing that makes this the best drone to take mountain biking, in my opinion, and that is its size. This thing folds down so small. It folds down to 193 millimeters by 83 millimeters by 83 millimeters, which means this thing is so easy to fit in a backpack. I can fit this in my standard hydration pack, no problem. And that is the one reason I love this drone so much. Before this, I had a 3DR Solo, which is very similar to a DJI Phantom series drone. They're excellent drones, but they're big. I had to take a huge briefcase to take that drone anywhere, or get a dedicated drone backpack that was massive and heavy, and I found that I never ended up using that drone because I didn't want to take it anywhere. It was a pain in the butt to pack up and haul up the mountain, so it got left at home most of the time. That is not the case with the Mavic Pro. This folds up so small, I take it on almost any adventure. It's so easy to slide into a backpack or a hydration pack, and honestly, in the 2 or 3 months that I've had the Mavic Pro, I have used it way more than in a full year of using the 3DR Solo, just because I didn't want to haul that thing around. The Mavic Pro is priced at $999, and in that package you get the drone, a battery, propellers, the controller, a 16GB micro SD card, and then of course all of the cords and chargers and manuals you need to use this. There are drones out there that shoot a better picture, but it's a minute difference. They're bigger, heavier, more expensive, and I think that the footage you get with this is just phenomenal. So thanks for hanging out with us today and checking out the DJI Mavic Pro. Head over to Singletracks.com for a whole bunch more great content. Of course, follow me on Instagram and Strava at Funtivity Colton. And if you haven't yet, be sure to click this little circle to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our awesome videos. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you on the trail.